Welcome back, everybody, to the Storytime Network. I am your resident sleep deprived Brit Mill, who for some reason cannot wake up uh, later than 1 after going to bed at 5, which is very, very frustrating. Uh, I am joined by Jack
Hello there.
and Gen.
Hello there.
And Gen, you are taking the lead on this one because Jack and I are very confused.
Know fuck all about how to play this game.
So, boys and girls, and people of any gender in between, we're playing Fiasco tonight. A game about about little people with big plans, and how those plans go very, very wrong. Um,
So
this
like a
game
show in
is
front of me.
Yes, this game is very much aping themes from the Coen Brothers, and is an award-winning tabletop game. And um, about like just before the start of the pandemic, they had done a Kickstarter to turn their award-winning tabletop game into a full-on card and board game, which is which is what we're seeing here is the Roll20 outcome of that. And so we, as a group, have decided. So the thing about Fiasco is that it is a GM-less game for anywhere from 3 to 5 to up to 8 players. Though I don't recommend doing that, because then it'll just go on forever. But
And also be a clusterfuck.
right. Um, but the beautiful thing about Fiasco is that you can have any setting you want. With the board game, the settings are a little bit more limited. You have more standard things. So for us, we're going to be playing, I believe we decided on the Dragon Slayer set, right?
Yeah.
So for the Dragon Slayers, the goal is yeah, we rode into this miserable little town, bunch of outsiders ready to solve their problem. Solve a motherfucking dragon. Well, we solved it.
That's gonna go
And
well.
here we are, ready to kick back and split up the loot and regale these bumpkins with tales of mummy rot and devilish trapped in the dragon we whacked. Of course, it's never that simple. Adventurers like us all have egos, and we all have a past. So, in this sense, we define what the score is. We define what the story is, and kind of go from there. And so, what will end up happening is I will give, um, just making sure I'm doing this right. Uh, I'm just gonna deal 2 cards to all players to the positive, deal 2 cards to the negative to all players, so that we have those. Um, and then what we're going to do is, so before we can do anything, right, is what we'll do is go around the table and draw a card from the Dragon Slayer's playset deck, and that will help define who our characters are. So the other big thing is we don't know who our characters are yet. We're gonna find the fuck out, and also who they are to each other. Um,
Sounds juicy.
so this is what a 3-player example will look like by the end of the first, like by the end of like where we start. So we're all gonna have a relationship, and there's going to be at least one detail to that relationship between the two of us, between each player. So you can have an object or a location or some kind of like idea or plan. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. With you so
So
far.
okay, so I will go first. So I'm going to draw 1 card, have that dealt to me. So it's a relationship card. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Ooh, just elves. That's fun.
Oh boy.
So I can choose to put that between myself. Um, so let me just. Can you guys control the? Can you guys click on one of the player names and try to rename yourselves?
No.
Okay, fun.
Can always just draw a shape over it and then put some text in there.
Yeah, but I'll just rename you guys as you need to, just so we know ahead of time
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a
who's
good
who.
idea.
So I
Now
drew
let's
a
go a full
relationship card.
mystery with elements.
So now I've drawn the relationship elves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So disgruntled elves. So I'm gonna say, you know what? Me and Mill, we're disgruntled elves. That's our relationship. We're both disgruntled. We come from a culture of disgruntled elves. Does that make sense?
So we come from a culture
Yep.
of elves.
Yes. And now it's your turn, Mill. So now you'll get a. I'm gonna deal you a card. Let me just deal Jack a card as well. I'm gonna deal Jack two. The issue is that we all need at least one relationship between us,
Yeah.
and then one down. So, you go next. You put down the card. So just click and drag it from. So click your hand,
Yep.
and then place it on the thing, and then
Oh,
okay.
that's
So
location.
a location, dungeon, upper level, orc stronghold. So you can put that between us, or put that between me and Jack, or you and Jack.
Gonna be real. I don't like the idea of myself in an orc stronghold. So have fun, fellas.
Fair.
Valid.
I'm sure you'll get out just fine.
That's
All
not
right.
necessarily. The thing is, this is a location that me and Jack share, right?
Hmm.
So, so me and Jack have a history with this location, or we know this location really well.
How do I expand this? How do I make it bigger? There we go. The
Ooh,
question is who the employer and who the henchman is.
My instinct, given that Gen and I are both disgruntled elves, you're probably the employer and we're your henchmen.
Most likely. All right. So do you go again?
yes. Give me 1 second. I just wanted to get a drink, but let me just. Right. Object. So I got an object. Sentimental. Statue of a deity with a hidden compartment. I'm gonna put that. So the thing is, I can't put this between me and Jack because we already have a detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this between uh, you and Mill, Jack.
Okay.
So the other thing is, you and Mill are employer and henchman, but I am not necessarily your employee.
Hmm.
All right,
Good
Mill,
to
let me just
know.
deal you a card. Is it a relationship?
It is a need.
Okay.
So I'd probably go between me and Gen then.
No, it go between me and Mill because we already have a detail. What's the need?
Uh, Fly with
Fly.
everybody else's treasure.
Oh, I have an idea. We're both
Um,
we're both
the
we're both thieves. We're elven thieves.
elf rogues, fun stuff.
And
Also, the other card I got was also a need card.
All right. So then I'm gonna deal you another card, Jack.
Okay. So do I just discard this one then?
Yeah. Okay.
How do I put that back in the deck?
my instinct is also that Jack is our mark again.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, says you and I are members of the same guild again.
That's how we knew about you.
Oh, you know what it is? I have an idea. If you guys will if you guys will, what's the word I want to say? Indulge me. Is Jack is our mark, but Jack's character, like in my mind, we're all part of the Thieves Guild, but Jack is the mark.
Oh boy.
This will go horribly wrong.
Hold on. Okay, so now that we have a relationship between each of our characters,
Hmm.
and then at least one detail to that relationship. What will happen now is we will help define our characters a little bit. So now we identify. Okay, we already have the bare bones of a plan. Jack is our mark. We probably want to steal this sentimental object of Jack's
Yes.
and Mill. Maybe it's the reason why me and Mill are disgruntled.
Yes, I might have accidentally appropriated an object of your culture or
So
something like that.
so now that we hit a little bit of like a controversial topic, just want to let everybody know that we are playing with the next card. If someone says, "Hey, let's not go there," we can stop what we're doing and then take a step back and then we change things such that we avoid that topic.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Everybody?
Yeah, it's cool with me. Sorry about that.
No, I'm cool with it with doing this. I just want to say.
Okay.
I mean, I would say that the hidden reason is that both of us left some loot in the hidden compartment.
That is mostly probably a good way to sell it. Like,
So,
oh no, this is a marker of my religion. I may have stashed some money in there, but it's a marker of my religion.
Mill, since we're disgruntled elves, would you be okay with us being members of the same elven clan or something?
Yeah. I think that'd be good. I think that'd explain how we know each other inside the guild.
Or well, I mean, I don't think you. So you and I don't have to be part of the same guild. Like we can, but we don't have to be. So like we shouldn't limit ourselves to that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna do some name generation. I'm gonna go by Eladir Air.
Something in me feels like I should write that down.
I'm writing it down.
Ah, okay. It's good.
Uh, they them pronouns. Uh, Mostly mask presenting. Um, Lithe, long black hair, purplish eyes. Has like we all played Dragon Age, so like kind of like Dalish tattoos on their mark, Vaseline.
Nice.
So we should all come up with names and pronouns and kind of who our characters are.
What does it matter how we generate the names?
No, just however you want. Have we run this scam before?
I would say that this is actually. I would say that we have, but this is the first time on a Thieves Guild member.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's go with Verilor. Dang it, I can't figure out a surname.
I mean, they don't have to have a surname.
No, I want to have a surname. Verilor Buckworthington.
I love it. And what are you?
I am. Let's make me a posh sophisticated orc.
You're a sophisticated orc?
Yes, I'm a sophisticated orc who has taken over the orc stronghold. And I chose the surname Buckworthington.
May I suggest that the guild stronghold, like we have a guild chapter house in the stronghold?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. All right, I'll type out the name.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to make it so that you guys can.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I can't modify my.
Yeah, I forgot that you guys can't.
It's fine. No big deal. Sorry, the name is so long.
It's fine. And Mill?
I am Celios Ovorion. He, him pronouns.
Nice.
Oh yes, Verilor is also he, him. I love coming up with fancy names.
They're so fun. So
They are.
so we've killed a dragon. We've come back. We got the loot.
But now there's dispute as to how to distribute it.
And also, me and Mill hit something within an artifact of Elven. Like, so the goal is me and Mill are trying to rob you.
Mm.
Yep.
Oh, Mill, if you don't, maybe we're trying to rob Verilor blind, like just take everything.
Yeah.
But like, you really want to get this statue.
How about Verilor wants to take the statue for himself, not knowing about the hidden compartment, but I know about it because it's a symbol of my religion.
Mm-hmm.
And Verilor thinks it's a religious issue when Celios just wants what's inside the compartment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Can I just put an extra card on racism so we don't do that at all?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a race thing. It's just we won't make it a race thing.
We
That,
could
that
make
would
it though. You're trying to skimp us out of our earnings.
oh yeah, no, that goes without saying.
All right. So
Verilor is a greedy bastard.
now that we've kind of defined who our characters are and like what the goal is, right? We're trying to get away with them. We're trying to take all the loot. Now, we go around for what do we do? Sorry. We go around the table twice, setting up scenes for each character. What do they want? How will they get it? Choose negative or positive outcomes to see how it goes. So usually the way I play this is in Act 1. Sure. So we have. All right. So that's 1, 2. Okay. So I will go. So like, I'll go first. I'll set up a scene, and then one of you two will decide how that scene will go, and they'll give me a. You will give me a. You will play the outcome card. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Mm-hmm.
Um. And then so like we'll go around. You'll decide, like, someone else will decide how the scene goes. You'll give it to me. I'll give you a thing. So we should just keep it out in the on the playmat, just so it's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Got what?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there we'll just kind of go. Once we do 2 scenes per, we'll hit the tilt, see what happens, and then do the act 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think initially what we'll do is we'll have a setup scene between me and Celios, if that's okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We're probably discussing the dragon, the slaying of the dragon, and kind of establishing the goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems legit.
Celios, oh good, I found you.
What do you need?
I'm looking around, just kind of like hand on my knife. Where's Verilor?
Up on the top level, checking out the loot.
Did he tell you what he plans?
No, but I could see it in his eyes.
He's got the dragon's greed on him. Let's say you and I make the decision a little easier for him, shall we?
I mean, we did do most of the work.
Right, true. Bastard can't get him with a sword, God. He's a good talker, though, but Jesus Christ.
So how do you want to do this?
We have to be careful. He is still in the guild. Shocking, I know, but we have to make sure it can't be traced back to us.
I would rather
That
not.
or we.
I would rather not be a target of the guild.
Yeah, especially since we're also in his home. Verilor, I mean, Jack or Mel, do you want to play? So now, like, you guys can decide if this is a positive or negative. So one of you play a card. Like, one of you play one of the 2 cards you guys have. And we should just do this like one of us can just do this at any. We can just do this at any time
Hmm.
So
during the season.
I only have tilt cards. Is that cool?
Yeah, no. So positive or negative, play one of them. Mill, you can do the same. So just whoever does it first gets to do it, right?
Oh, okay.
And if it's a positive card, the scene ends well. If it's negative, the scene ends poorly. Does that make sense?
There you go. I dropped a negative.
Who did it first?
I think I did.
So I'll just take that and just put it by. Bill, can you take the card back or?
I'm trying. It is not working very well.
Right click.
Take card. There we go.
Right. So I have a negative card. So we're not being especially quiet, are we, Celius?
Apparently not.
I think one of Verilor's men or patsies is downstairs and is listening and writing.
As it turns out, discussing a secret plan in a stronghold full of orcs about an orc, probably not the best plan.
Right.
Not a great plan.
So, Mill, your turn. So I think that scene, we don't need to go. These scenes don't need to be too in depth, but
Okay. Let me think. Okay, after that scene, Celios goes up to the top level to talk with Verilor about how the loot will be split up.
okay.
So, Buck
All right.
Worthington,
Yes, Savorion.
I was hoping now that the job was done, we could discuss payment.
Yes, we have decided upon splitting the loot according to our pre-agreed upon proportions. We'll split it three ways. I get 40%, and you each get 30%.
I suppose, with your experience, that is somewhat fair. Though perhaps we could,
Of course, it's fair.
negotiate it up a little bit.
What is it from the loot that you want? I know you're asking about something specific. You have to be.
I mean, there's a statue near the bottom of the pile. It's very important to me. Very important to my culture. I hope you understand.
I will take it under consideration.
Have you
Is there anything else?
had a chance to look at the statue?
I have not as of yet, but I will endeavor to do so soon. If I don't find it to be to my standards, I will gladly let you have it.
Please don't unnecessarily manhandle it. It's very fragile and very important.
All right, I won't manhandle your precious statue.
Thank you, Sir Buckworthington.
You
I
are
think that
quite
ends.
welcome.
How does it end negatively? Because I dealt out a negative card.
Well, my instinct is that Celios walks away, and then the orc that overheard myself and Elidir informs Verilor of the plan.
Well, this is a shameful thing to learn about.
Right, Jack?
All right, is it my turn to interact with you?
Well, no, you don't have to interact with. You can choose who's in the scene.
Okay
Like
then.
you can have another scene with Mill if you want, or with both of us. Whatever
Let's say
feels
that the
most
scene
comfortable.
Let's see what the scene happens right after right after Celios leaves, and I am informed by one of my subordinates. I go looking for Mill, but find again instead.
You could also have it be an NPC, and then one of us will play the NPC.
Yeah, but this is more fun.
True. Ah, Verilor. How's it going?
Ellen, less well than I had hoped.
Oh,
I have
what's wrong
heard
with some of the gold counterfeit?
No, I've heard word of mouth that some individuals within this guild are attempting to betray me.
Delios betrayed you.
I never said Celios would be one of the individuals involved.
Oh, come on.
Your
We both
slip. I am well aware of his treacherous tendencies. However, I've also received word that you are involved as well. Care to explain?
I think like Eladier, like we're like there's a table nearby, and like Eladier sits down, props up his feet, and just like puts it like has like a knife, puts down a knife with a piece of paper on it. I was given orders to make sure Celios was on the up and up. See if he was trustworthy.
Interesting.
I'm here to make sure. I'm here to make sure. You know,
How do I
his
know
work.
these are genuine and not forged?
You and I both. How do you think the guild master gives us our details?
Hmm. I see. Interesting.
By the way, these are absolutely a forgery. Absolutely. We don't flip those just yet.
Oh. Gotcha.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Verilor is also arrogant enough to assume that he can recognize a forgery on sight.
Right, but because it ended positively. Oh yeah, so like it ends positively for you.
So Verilor pretends he fails to see the bluff, but catches the bluff.
Right.
Well then, carry on, Eladier. I trust you much more than I trust Celios, a treacherous wretch.
You know, we've been in this guild for what? 10 years now?
Indeed.
You know I got your back, Verilor.
I appreciate that.
And scene. All right. So that was established. So there we did one type of scene, right? So that would what that means is we established a scene, and so there's two types of scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Establishing and resolving. Established
Mm-hmm.
means we set the scene, and then the other players help decide the outcome. With resolving, other players set the scene, and then I choose the resolve. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I choose I choose a resolution. I choose the outcome. So I'm gonna choose to resolve a scene. So you and Mill should pick how this goes. Like, what is the scene I'm walking into?
Oh, between me and Mill?
So like, no. So it's spotlighting my character, but like you
Ah,
and Mill get to set the scene. Like, what is it that this scene? What is this scene?
ooh, interesting. So,
Does that
Mill,
make
how do
sense?
you want this to play out?
How quickly do you think Verilor would get the word out that Celios isn't to be trusted?
Very quickly.
Then I would
He's
say,
arrogant, not stupid.
then I would say Elidir walks in on Celios, uh, trying and failing to get into the room with the loot by one of Verilor's men.
What is happening here? Jack, can you play one of the guards? Or one of Verilor's men?
So, one of the guards is detaining Celios, correct?
Not necessarily detaining, but
Confronting?
stopping Celios from going into the loot room.
Ah,
What is
Elidir.
happening here?
Ah, Elidir. Your friend Celios is trying to access the loot room without permission. Sorry, but we can't allow that without Verilor's express guarantee of permission. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, I know.
And I keep telling you that Verilor asked me to get a statue to bring to him.
Oh, where's your authorized writ?
He didn't give me one.
That doesn't
Zelios,
sound like Verilor.
man, what is your name? Agent, what is your rank?
I am a third lieutenant within the guild.
I'm a captain. Release this man. Release Celios into my care. I'll make sure he doesn't do this again.
If you insist,
This is
Come on, Celios.
this is bullshit,
I
by the
will be
way.
reporting this to Verilor.
Yeah.
Fine.
And I just like pull Celios into a room. I was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Verilor has an item of great worth that he does not know of yet.
He knows planning. So we need to do a double bluff.
Should I act as the distraction while you grab the loot? Does he trust
We
you?
need to make sure. Would you trust anyone in this guild?
The only person I trust is in this room.
Hmm. Well, let's just say we're gonna run. Oh god, I need a name. Shit, I need like a name for a scheme. Uh, we're gonna run the Crucible Scheme. You know that one?
Yes.
And I think I'm gonna, since you guys established, and I think I think you do know exactly what the plan is,
Mm.
and we are not overheard, and we start getting ready for the Crucible Scheme. Um, and that's scene. Like I think the camera will fade out as
Yeah.
we're just kind of discussing the specifics.
Mm-hmm.
So, Celia, you want to establish or do you want to resolve?
Uh, let's go with resolve.
Okay. So, me and Jack will establish, set the scene. Um, I think you're walking, this is like the next day, like you've decided. What's the timeline do you think, like, do you guys want to do? Do you want this to be like over the next few days, or do you want this all to be in one night?
One night sounds like it'll be a fun clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So like after like I like jump out a window to go get ready for the scheme, and like or Elodier jumps out the window just to get ready, and you're left alone in the room. And I think two toughs just walk in with Verilor. Hello, Celius.
Verilor. Who are these men?
They would happen to be my subordinates.
They start cracking their knuckles and grinning, with tusk teeth.
My loyal subordinates. As it happens.
I feel like that's a very pointed use of words. One that I don't appreciate.
You would be correct.
What have I done
How do we
to...
want to do this, boss?
I caught wind of your plans to, go behind my back to take something from the loot. And then I heard that you, tried to break in as soon as did not give you a firm answer to the affirmative as you desired.
I was planning to bring you the object so that you could assess it as quickly as possible.
Then why not just ask for a writ? What's the urgency? Why
It
would
unfortunately
you
did not
look?
occur to me, and by the time I thought of it, you were already deep in conversation with Elidir. I did not want to interrupt.
So that's your story. I see, I see.
Also, are my actions one of a man...
Jack. Sorry,
Uh,
Jack.
I
Celius
jumped.
decided how this goes.
Oh, okay. How do I
So
return
take
this to my? There we go.
Are my actions those of a man preparing to go behind your back? Why would I act so obviously if that was my plan?
Perhaps you are simply incompetent. I am not one to say.
I believe the corpse of the dragon speaks to my competency, sir.
In combat, perhaps, not in stealth.
Oh, of course you weren't there, you wouldn't know. It was I who snuck upon the dragon.
And who was it that struck the killing blow again? Oh, yes, it was me.
I was gonna say it would be really funny if Celius just said Elodier.
Not especially hard to kill a crippled dragon. And who do you suppose crippled that dragon? Elidir and
That would be
myself.
Elodier, yes.
Elidir took its front, I took its legs. Very hard for a dragon to attack when it can't move.
Dragon still had wings to move, my friend. And it had a tail and jaws with which to attack. Even crippled, it was not an easy target.
What ability? Like what can Velar do? Is he like a fighter or?
He's he's like a strongman type, great sword wielder.
Boss, do you want us to do the thing or not? Me and the boys are getting antsy.
For now, throw him in the brig. Let's not kill him over this. It would be a waste.
Rough him up though.
Do as you will, just make sure not to break anything. I
Oh,
want him
things
in.
will be broken.
Uh, and I think the two guards grab you. How do you want it? How do you want this? What do you want the ending tone of the scene to be, Mel?
Celios to appear angry, but really, this is exactly what he wanted.
All right, so this is a positive outcome.
Yes, I've
So
just
play your positive card.
I have just the positive outcome for that as well.
All right. So then, so like as we're dragging you, you smile.
Mm-hmm.
Like, under the as we're dragging you away, like it cuts to like your hair is over your eyes and like you just smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Verilor, establish a resolve.
Let's go with resolve.
Okay, so me and Mill set the scene.
Go for it.
I think this is going to be a scene with you and some of your close subordinates.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Um, but may I suggest that one of them is Eladir in disguise?
Oh, that should be fun.
And I think I've decided to make Eladir a wizard, like an arcane trickster.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's fun.
What, Captain?
Yes, Lieutenant?
Celius the brig. What's going on?
We caught him trying to sneak into the loot room without a writ permission to enter.
You alerted the guild.
The guild proper not yet. I'm going to determine what his motivations are before I do so. He seems to be after a very specific object within loot. One statue. He says it's for religious reasons. And while I am inclined to believe him, I believe there might be an ulterior motive. Perhaps there's something with it in the loot. Perhaps it was captured alongside another artifact.
You want me to go in and scan it for magic?
No need, I already have someone doing so.
Hmm. May I ask, Verilor, Captain,
Yes?
what about dear?
Eladir. For now, he has my trust. He did inform me that he is spying on Celios, and he does appear to be attempting to report his activities to the guild at large. That is at least what he sent me, what he told me with regards to the orders he was given.
So essentially, we can't trust either of them.
Correct.
Time out.
No, let's not say that it's their Eldenish that makes them untrustworthy. I'm much more inclined to believe it's their membership in our guild and their past history with theft. One must not paint all members of the same race with the same brush, my friend.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I think the personality is disguised as just kind of, may I go down and help with the interrogation?
You may do so. Take your companion with you as well. I don't want to leave any one person alone with Celios.
Understandable.
Too many people with grudges against him. I don't want someone stabbing him while no one else is present.
Poor guy gets in his drink way too often. Poor kid. Jack, you decide how this scene resolves.
Ah, yes. I am going to do a positive outcome.
So, like, do you see through my disguise?
Yes. That's why he wanted you to go accompanied to Celios, and why he denied the request to search for magic.
Okay, so now that we've arrived at the tilt.
Mm-hmm.
So we've each done 2 scenes. We've gone around twice. So now the tilt. Determine which 2 players will choose tilt elements from the back of the outcome card you collected.
So the ones we have left in our hands, or the ones that are on the playing
on the
field?
So flip them over.
All of them?
Yes. So I think whoever has the high. So we each choose one. So I believe. I don't know what this says. Which 2 players will choose tilt elements from the back of the outcome collected? So I think Jack.
Oh, I like Mill's positive tilt.
What's Mill's positive one?
Failure. A stupid plan executed to perfection.
Oh, that's funny.
I like the wording on that.
I thought so. There is a reason I specifically picked it for my resolve scene as well.
I just like showdown at high noon, you know.
Let's see. So yeah, so we can just decide. I think it's funner if we have one that like shouts out to us. So, like Mill's one works. I think that's really good.
Yeah, Mill's work.
What
was that?
May I suggest your failure card?
That could be fun, yes.
Again, I picked that because I wanted to see it happen.
Both of those are very fun, and I like that.
I got 2 very good positive cards, which is why I wanted to send them out.
Okay, so now that we know that I'm just gonna put those on top just so we know what they are.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sized. Okay. So, stupid plan executed to perfection, and you thought it was taken care of, but it wasn't. All right. So now we're entering Act 2. So in Act 2,
Hello?
hold on one sec.
Okay.
Yep, sorry, I just
Sorry, I got nervous when I didn't hear anybody talking.
No, I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah, no,
so
it's
we
fine.
each get 2 scenes. We each get 2 more scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll go around in order. My suggestion is that we do this like we've done. I don't want to define what the Crucible job is,
Oh yeah.
just because I can't think of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'd be fun if we just went. We skipped to afterwards. After the me and Celios do the job.
Yeah.
Does that sound good, Jack?
Yeah.
I think I want to establish the scene. Um, it's immediate, like it's like immediately after the job. We both run into a room. We're like just like no, we're like in a cabin outside the stronghold,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we've gone up, like we've escaped out of the dungeon. We're like out of like in the woods somewhere in a cabin. Me and Celios, and I think I'm just covered in blood. So that happened.
The Crucible plan is generally not the best plan, but hey, it worked out.
I mean, it works when you know there's a double cross. But Jesus Christ, I am getting too old to deal with the Crucible plan.
I'm just glad you turned up when you did.
Yeah, any closer? Jeez, you kids. I've just assumed Celios is like this young, like the young
Yeah.
punk.
Yeah.
Uh, like in Yakuza, it's in Kiwami, it's that kid who follows
Oh,
Kiryu around.
fucking Kano. Oh, that dumb bastard. I've been playing Kiwami the last few days, been going through sub-stories, so yes, I remember that guy in
I love
detail.
him.
I
He's
love
a
him as
good
well,
boy.
but just his obsession with being thrown in the bay.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I'm assuming our relationship is. Um, Thankfully, all of that was just the distraction.
Now we have plenty of time to get the loot.
Ugh. I still can't believe that worked. It's a dumb plan, honestly. It never works. This is the first time I've seen it.
Oh, thankfully, Verilor has a very high estimation of himself.
True, true. Since I established, one of you guys needs to resolve.
Okay, can I resolve?
Yeah, go ahead. I
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
say either of mine are very good.
Mm-hmm. That tracks. Smash like we're like laughing as we're like bragging about how the job went off.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to a destroyed tavern where like, and then Marilor, how do you want it? Like, do you want to just like snap your fingers and it just all kind of undoes itself?
Yes, let's do that.
And the loot is all still there. All right,
Oh,
so um, but we still need to make sure that the other tilt comes into play
Mm.
at some point. Celios.
Uh, I'm going to establish a scene. Let me think about what it should be. So for the tilt, does it have to be? Does that have to be for Verilor, or can that be for anybody?
So that's for everyone. So like this is how like it shifts the perspective. So like we did the plan.
Hmm.
The plan went off without a hitch. But there's also we thought it was taken care of, but it wasn't. Or we haven't decided how that goes, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay then.
But like just think of it like in the tilt colors the scenes in Act Two.
Mm-hmm. Okay then. The scene that I am thinking of is Celios and Eladir go to basically grab the loot. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Has to be here somewhere. Eladir, do you see a statue, somewhat religious in nature?
Celios,
Yes.
run.
Celios launches himself backwards over the pile of loot.
And I think this is gonna end negatively.
Mm-hmm.
um as you launch yourself, so like Elidor casts an illusion spell over you to make it seem like you're running away.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, keeping you invisible in the ground
Yeah.
as he gets jumped by Verilor's men and taken away. You don't know where the loot is, and Elidir's been taken.
Well, the good news is you two only have positive left.
Verilor? Also, reminder, your characters can die before
Oh,
the end of
fun.
the
So Verilor seems satisfied that his plan worked, that Celios has run to the wind, and that Eladir has been caught as a traitor and captured. And he goes to talk to Eladir and gloat over his success. Oh dear Eladir. You thought
Is
you
this
had
established? Oh wait, no, yeah, it's established. Sorry, not thinking.
you thought your plan was so perfect. But I was the one who had you dancing to my tune this whole time.
Oh, buddy. Yes. Really? Oh, Verilor. Oh, Verilor. I think, like, Elidir coughs up a little bit of blood. Only you were more than just a pretty ass.
I'm flattered, but I also must ask what you mean.
Elidir winks at you and vanishes.
Oh, damn it.
And I think that's the scene. And I get to do them. I will choose to. I'll choose to resolve. No. I'll establish. I think we like flashback to Elidir casting the illusions over over Celios, you know,
Mm-hmm.
as a kind of distraction from the illusions they were casting on themselves.
Okay.
But the scene that I want to establish is Celios hiding somewhere and Elliot just appearing, sitting on a chair, casually tossing a dagger in her hand. How's it going, Celios?
Have I ever told you how much I love that you can do that?
It's always a fun little party trick.
So we're away from Verilor. How do we get the loot away from Verilor?
Didn't you know? Oh, Celios. We are not done with the Crucible job.
I knew I shouldn't have fallen asleep in that lecture.
Um, does anyone want to throw out the resolution scene? I mean, the outcome. Just so we know how to color this.
Yeah. So do we flip the
No, no,
cards
no,
now,
no.
or
You need. I'm gonna say, because I want this to end positively. You need to put down your card.
me?
Yes, because I only have negatives
So,
left. I'd rather this not be a negative scene.
There we go.
oh boy, this is gonna. So I get it. Oh boy. So I should. It's fine. It'll be fine. Come on, Celios. Do you really think I'd make captain without knowing how to pull a triple bluff? That's why the that's why the Crucible job's never done. It's too many bluffs.
I would eventually like to stop bluffing one day.
Oh honey, oh hun, son, kid, you never stop bluffing when you're.
I mean, I don't mind the bluffing. It's more the subject of the bluffing. I'd rather Verilor, not
Yeah, no,
hound
fair.
us.
I get that, but regardless, shall we go collect our prizes?
Indeed.
All right, end scene. Celios?
I'm gonna say resolve.
All right, so we establish. Okay. I think this happens right after you and I leave the secondary safe house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, we'll jump in at any time if you have any ideas. But my thought was Verilor and his men see us and start chasing us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
And 3, 2, 1. Cue the dumbass.
So
Come on out.
so Celios and Elidor being chased at this point.
I think my thought was like we walk out and then the elder does that bit. We're like, all right, Velour, come out. We know you're there.
Oh, I didn't know that you had noticed me.
You and I both made captain. You and I both may be captain. Which one of us was always the better hider? Better skulker?
You
You're a
were
tough.
always better at stealth, but you were never really better at combat. And your plans always seem to be a bit lacking, you
True.
think.
But one thing I'm always going to be better than you at, Verilar, is running. And I snap my fingers, and we vanished. Because because this was an illusion. We're
There we go.
I forgot the Crucible plan had so much running.
We really need to train you kids better. Jesus. I think Elodie is just running backwards. Like, are you kidding me? Unless that's too far.
No, it's fine. I mean, I was gonna attend PE that day, but I decided I'd be better off stealing my teacher's clothes. It went really well.
That was you? That was very funny.
Yeah, it was great. Didn't turn out well here, though. Oh, God.
No, it didn't. I'm guessing, since I established you were putting on your last negative.
Yep.
Um,
Uh,
how does this break bad?
Elodie notices that Verilor's men have spotted us.
And they're now giving chase, and they have been for a while.
But then they're giving chase. But they should be far enough away until Celios trips.
Now that was not in the plan.
So, Jack.
Yes. I'm out of cards.
Yeah. So I think
So
you can...
I guess you established.
Yeah.
Yeah, you established, yeah.
So, Fairlore had anticipated running and had set guards around the perimeter of the general property. And he is using magic to communicate with the perimeter guards to see if anyone is catching anyone else. Has caught Eladir and or Celios. Tell me, have none of you caught them?
No, sir, but we're getting close.
Do I have to do everything myself?
Yes, sir. You know, we're kind of shit at this job. You know that. We're just grunts.
No need to be
Not
so
dogs, not orcs, but good at
self-deprecating.
being skilled.
I mean, one of them is running backwards. What are we supposed to do about that?
That is an excellent question. I think I will join you in catching them, then. Direct me to which direction they fled.
No, they went that way, boss.
Thank you. Verilor takes off in pursuit.
My character leans over to Game's character. Do we follow him? Do we follow him or not? I mean, I don't really want to fight Eladir.
You're playing the guards again.
Oh, right, we're playing the guards. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, Elgier scares me. He's tricky. I think we can take Celios, though. Maybe if we leave Velor to the. Maybe if Elgir kills Velor, we get the money. At the very least, we'll get a reward for killing Zelios. And I think we chase after them. After Eligor.
Yeah.
The Velor, sorry. God, these names. Alright, so now we've gone. After the last scene, you may give one of your outcome cards to another player. So I think what we'll do is we'll have the aftermath be the conclude, be what we'll see what the aftermath looks like.
Yeah.
And kind of go from there. So we may
Did I really just pull a Thanos final do it myself? Shit. God damn it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So we
right,
give one of our, or we can or we must give one of our outcome cards.
You may give one of your outcome cards to another.
Okay.
Okay. And it's the ones we just passed out then.
Any of them. I'm gonna give this negative to Failure.
I shall return the favor.
Sounds great.
Good.
Okay, we've done it once. We're done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we flip them all over then.
So now we flip them all over, and now we do the aftermath. Oh boy, 6 and 5. Jesus. It's not going to go well for me.
I got 6 and 4. So how's that work?
So you take the higher, so positive or negative, what's your higher value?
Positive.
So take that minus the negatives. So for me, it's 6 and 5. 6 positive, 5 negative, so I have 1 positive.
I have 2 positive.
I have 5 negative.
Okay. So
it doesn't include. So I have 6 positive if you include the 5th card I have.
Yeah, that you include all your cards.
6 positive then.
So I'm going to give that to you. Mill, what was yours? 5?
5 negative, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is actually really perfect.
That's mine. Nope, wrong one.
That's 1 negative. You're looking for 1 positive.
It's the same. So now we go around and describe what the aftermath is.
So you guys go first, because Verilor's will probably depend on how your guys plays out.
I think Eladier dies. Eladier straight up, there's there's a battle, there's a duel almost between Eladier and Verilor. It's great, it's in the rain, it's fantastic. But Eladier dies. And it gets passed up through the guild. Eladier in his last moments betrayed the guild. And so Eladier as a captain, had subordinates and people under him. They're all purged. So everyone he's ever worked with, anyone who is in any way connected to him, has been dealt with.
His whole network is fucked, basically. Huh? His whole network is fucked.
Right, and he's dead.
That sounds fun.
They're dead. They died. They were killed by you, Verilor, execution style. I think the last scene is just like Celios watching as Eladier is killed by Veralor.
We could say that Celios barely gets away injured, but Eladier dies in the process. Is that how you want to play it, Mil?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna go far darker. Um, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go full dark. Celios does get captured, and instead of being executed, is made an example of painfully.
Tortured and put on display.
Basically, yeah. Show basically the what happens when you betray the guild. So,
As for Veralor, he does not feel good about this at all. At first, he thought that this would be a good way to exert his authority and finally gain a good amount of loot, but all he feels at the end of the day is empty because he lost two people he thought were close companions. And it's basically his fault for being greedy. And so he ends the day.
May I suggest that um, Eladier was popular. I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
And so
Eladier was popular, and now
people know that Veralor was the one who did them in. So it's almost like Veralor also gets demoted.
Veralor is now starting to grow paranoid as he watches for knives in the darkness.
Because definitely people have grudges. And I think we end. I mean, we should honor the game. You did well. I mean, you got the highest values.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, so like you don't. But we should. I think there's a last scene. It's like maybe Veralor is holding the statue.
Yeah, he's staring at the statue, wondering what about it could have pushed Celios and Eladier so far.
And
what?
Mill, since this is your object, you've been the main driver. What do you think? Would you be willing to say it opens? And what was it? Or do we get the Maltese Falcon thing of
It opens, but we never find out what's inside.
Well, again, how depressing do you want me to go?
Up to you.
I'm gonna go full depression. It does open up, but it's just a smaller version of the statue. Nothing especially valuable.
Veralor can't help but laugh at this, even if it is a bitter, tired laugh at the irony of it all.
And that ends our game.
Mm-hmm.
The camera just pans out as we just hear it cuts to black and we just hear Veralor laugh.
As the camera cuts, his laugh is transitioning from a bitter one to a mad one. And that ends this end scene.
That got darker.
I could do the laughing impression.
That got darker than we expected, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But that was this is why I love Fiasco. You never know how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
No. Props to the acting though. That was fun.
Mm.
Especially the henchman acting is fun.
But this is
I
why
did
I
think
love
I
Fiasco.
I did think I overdid it with the accents I gave the one henchman I voiced. Maybe.
So yeah, what do you guys think of Fiasco? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, neat. We should definitely play it with more players next time though, because I want to see how much of a clusterfuck we can get.
Oh yeah, like hold on, let me just. Uh,
I also do want to try one of the more modern settings, just because obviously we sort of went the more typical fantasy setting, but like Poppleton Mall seems hilarious, uh, and Tales from Suburbia also seems like it could just go into complete insanity.
Zero
is
is the
that
same thing.
these are what the other aftermath cards are, in case you were curious.
Also, Mill. I don't know if you saw what I. Never mind. I'll talk to you after the stream.
Hmm.
But yeah, like Fiasco is a game that rarely ends well for the characters that are involved. Like you have to get really high scores.
10.
My dignity
Yeah.
is intact and I feel good about myself. 9. Let's agree to call that a win.
I see this as an absolute win.
And this is what happens when 12 plus happens.
That seems like an extremely difficult outcome to achieve.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about 12 minus?
Well, I mean that's true for both. But did you see the 0? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst thing. You're probably not dead. Because there are worse things than being dead. If I had gotten that, I probably would have said Elodier is brought back to be tortured
Mm.
for the rest of eternity. Like he is a soul gem. They are soul gem.
He's tossed into the fuck box.
Yeah.
Just like Popo wants.
But yeah.
Or maybe like
No, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, this game is great. It can go real dark or real happy.
Mm-hmm.
So a Coen Brothers film.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, that was fun. I think it, it
Take some time.
takes some time, but I think it sort of I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It shows
It
that
builds.
it shows that there are games that we can play, in an hour and a half on Roll20, not just Tabletop Simulator.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as just to let the audience know, for the time being, it looks like we're not going to be doing D&D for a while. So, what may happen is we do more stuff like this. I mean, as before we started the stream, I realized that Tenrin Bancho Zero is usable on Roll20, and that is so much dumb fun if I can remember how to play it.
Do they
And
have
there are other
Monopoly on Roll20? Because I kind of want to see how destructive that'd be.
I don't think they do, but we can get Monopoly on Tabletop Simulator, and I do want to play Monopoly at some point, just for how chaotic
Oh,
and
no.
awful it will be.
Can we at least play a themed Monopoly?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
And I mean, there's also like other like really quick one-shot games like Honey Heist,
Yeah.
where you play a bunch of bears trying to steal honey. So like, there's plenty of things to do that aren't just on.
Oh
Well
god,
done.
now I'm just thinking of that Simpsons scene with Homer and Bart as Yogi and Boo Boo, and and Homer Bear's plan to get away with stealing the picnic basket is to just maul Ranger Ned.
Oh god.
uh, I love just remembering random Simpson scenes.
God, I should watch the early seasons of The Simpsons. What season did I cut off at again? Is it 9 or 10?
11 is where it
Oh,
really
okay.
starts to go downhill, but there are still like good episodes post season 11. You just do have to search for them. Also, the scene that I'm now thinking of is the one where Manjula goes to divorce Apu and goes to the divorce lawyer, and he is just so ridiculously evil. Like, so
I mean, he's
stereotypically
a
evil.
lawyer.
No, like, when Manjula reveals that they have 8 kids, he starts dancing on top of his desk.
Oh, right, because, yeah.
Anyway, so in terms of future streams, Paradox Hour will not be on Saturday this week, most likely. It will be on Sunday at its usual time.
So around exact start time will vary, but probably sometime between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time start.
So that's between 10 and midnight for British time.
Might be earlier, depending. We still have to sort out the details.
Once again, or as always, keep an eye on the Twitter, whose link will be coming up now, because that will always be the best source of information for when we are starting stream. Or you can always, follow us on Twitch. Make sure you get those notifications coming through, and you'll always know when we are going live. This week's Paradox Hour, we will be discussing, in honor of Pride Month, LGBTQIA plus tropes. I believe that is the full acronym now.
Yes, yes.
We will probably not try to try to say the whole acronym every time it comes up, but we will try our best to do it as much as possible.
Certainly, it will be in the title, but it is just the start of our theming for Pride Month this month. So obviously, we're going to be talking about those tropes this week. The week after, we'll be talking about, I believe it's Bloom, then Given. Then what's the final one again?
Two of which are final one is queer baiting versus queer coding.
Yes, because we found a very informative Tumblr post about it, so we decided we'd discuss it.
It'll be a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm especially looking forward to Bloom into You because that's a favorite of mine.
Favorite of mine as well, though Given is as well too. So I'm just looking forward to both of those.
They're gonna be.
And then it's looking like Tuesday for the time being is going to be our Mass Effect day. Fuzzy Logstar and I are having a lot of fun with that. Just
How far in are you guys now?
we are about to start the first main mission. We are.
Which one? Theorem?
Is that the one where you go to pick up Liara?
Yes.
Then yes, that is
the ideal one to start with.
You've done the Citadel.
Yes, we are now on the Normandy, about to go somewhere.
Okay, good. So you're done dicking around the Citadel and you've done all the side quests.
We haven't done all of the side quests in the Citadel, but we have done as many as we can. We've got
Garrus, Rex, and Tali.
We've got Garrus, Rex, and Tali. Yes. What's our party at the moment? I believe it's Tali and Rex at the moment.
Good party. Good party.
Yeah, good party.
Shotgun offer, lock and load, because you're playing a Vanguard.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean Rex. We've put so many of Rex's upgrade points into shotgun. It's unreal. Oh, and just making him a tank. So
Rex is fun to play.
Yeah. So yes, So, as I said, it's looking for the time being to be Tuesday. Again, if it's not, check the Twitter, follow the channel. It will help you immensely to know when the hell we're streaming. Because honestly, sometimes we don't know when we're streaming until like half an hour before. We are not organised.
We're trying to figure that out, though. It's fine.
What is organization?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is.
Not familiar with the term.
But that is all we have for you today. So we will now bid you adieu.
Goodbye now.
Later.